Well said. Unfortunately, this is nothing new for the survivors. The survivors, and I have been banging my head on the table for years about this. The survivors have been wronged by administration after administration, Justice Department after Justice Department for decades and decades. This is nothing new for them. I hate to say that, they're used to it by now. They're used to being used. They're used to being exploited. They were exploited by Jeffrey Epstein, and then they were exploited by the politicians, who surrounding themselves with Jeffrey Epstein. So they just continue to be wronged. In the 90s, the FBI learned of credible allegations against Jeffrey Epstein, and nothing was done about it. In 2008, Alex Acosta caught Jeffrey Epstein dead in his tracks, did nothing about it, slap on the wrist. Jeffrey Epstein was arrested and finally in federal custody and was able to kill himself. As you said, Ghislaine Maxwell was finally the only person in all of this, decades and decades of investigations into the most prolific predator of our time. She's the only one who's been convicted. And what happens, just recently, she's given a platform by the Department of Justice to just make things up and spout nonsense. And then she's rewarded for spouting nonsense after giving that platform by moving to a minimum security resort style prison. So while I hate to be so negative about this and put it in these terms, but this is literally nothing new for these survivors. They continue to be wronged. They continue to be exploited. And despite that, what's so inspiring is they continue to stand up. They continue to fight. They continue to be empowered, and they continue to not take no for an answer. And the survivors are the only reason right now that we've gotten anything, that this law was passed, that we've seen any documents, and hopefully we'll continue to see documents. So I just, I want to make the point. It's so remarkable that despite decades of being exploited and being wronged, they continue to be strong and they continue to make progress and cause change.